I spent the last 30 days trying to master what might be the most powerful AI video tool in the world. And some of what I created honestly blew my mind. And after spending dozens of hours learning Higgsfield, I finally know who should use it, who should absolutely avoid it, and whether it's worth the hype. Because I don't care how many features a company lists on their website. I care whether a regular creator can open the software, know how it works, and create something worth publishing. Now, if you watch my channel for any length of time, you know that I don't go chasing every new AI tool that comes along. My business is primarily creating content that gets engagement, also makes money, and how can I do so in the most efficient way possible? So when Higgsfield reached out about sponsoring a video, I told him, listen, I'm not interested in doing a typical review where I click around showing all the features and telling you how amazing it is. I wanted time to make mistakes, create some terrible videos, which I did, figure out what I'm doing wrong, and hopefully see what this software can really do. More importantly, I wanted to know, is Higgsfield just another overhyped AI tool, or is it something that can genuinely change the way that creators make content? So that's exactly what I did. I wish I could tell you that I opened up Higgsfield and started creating amazing videos from day one. But my initial reaction was more like this. What the hell is this? Because the first time I logged in, honestly, I was overwhelmed. Because there wasn't just one AI model, there were multiple models to choose from. Multiple tools, image generation, video generation, voice generation. Because when you see their dashboard, it is a lot. And that's when I realized if I'm gonna give this thing an honest review, that means I couldn't judge it after one weekend. I actually had to learn how to use it. This is what you first see whenever you log into Higgsfield. There is a lot of motion graphics, all the different tools. It can be very overwhelming. So I'm like, okay, if I want to create, let's say, a video, I hover over here and then you see all of the different AI models that you can use that are aggregated through Higgsfield. It's like, okay, I don't know where to begin. And that's where I finally learned the cheat code is to click on Supercomputer. This is their AI interface. Think of it like a ChatGPT Claude where you can have a discussion and tell exactly what you want or what you're trying to do. Let me show you some of the early things I created when I was still trying to really understand how to use the interface. This was something that I created for my last YouTube video. I wanted to create some B-roll showing an earnings dashboard from Facebook. Because of copyright issues, they can't use the Facebook logo. They can't really recreate the dashboard, but this is what it created. I actually ended up using this in the video. I don't know any other platform that would allow me to create this. I had no idea what I was doing, and really just using Supercomputer and having a dialogue like I would with ChatGPT telling it what I wanted, that's what it created. The next thing that I started to create, I came across these videos that Jay Shetty has created. I've seen other people create them. This is actually not his account, but I just love the look of these. So I was trying to create my own version of this. And what I did initially was I tried to take a screenshot of the video that he did. I uploaded it here and then tried to create the video from that. And that led to a lot of frustration. You can see some of the different things that it created where it just couldn't really deliver what I wanted. Here's the video, but people are not walking through the crowd like I asked. The text is not there. And the thing that I finally figured out or finally understood is when you're trying to create a video like this, instead of creating the video from scratch, first create the image. Have Higgsfield create the image, which basically serves as the proof before you actually tell Higgsfield, yes, create the video from this. Because when you are creating proofs or images, you're just burning a lot fewer credits. I think with this one, we're looking at 2 to 4 credits to create this proof. And after several rounds, this was the final product. Finally getting it to what I wanted. Now, is this exactly what I wanted? No, not quite, but I am so much closer. And now I have a better understanding of what I would need to do to get that final deliverable. Another idea that I was really excited to see if Higgsfield could execute on was taking a viral carousel and see if we could actually turn it into a video carousel, which seems to be doing really good on Instagram right now. This was a carousel that I posted on Instagram. It got almost 30,000 likes so far. This was a carousel that was inspired by somebody else. Actually, several other creators have created something similar. So I uploaded the first image and told Higgsfield, I want to turn this image into a video. Should be, let's say, 5 seconds long, but the text will remain the same. Think of it like 2 videos stacked on top of each other. It's all in the prompt, right? That's actually a pretty crappy prompt, but I was just curious to see what it would do with that type of instruction. And this was the first deliverable.
The average, the 7 millionaire is, and to not to weigh, you know, life might tell you.
I have no idea what's going on here, right? I didn't tell it to talk. It kind of did its own thing. But either way, it's still kind of cool. The fact that it took a picture of me. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm speaking gibberish, but it's still kind of cool. So the second attempt, I didn't ask for me to talk. I just need the top image and bottom image to both have movement. No talking, just movement. This was the second attempt.
That's miljoen een lief rimly Peacher. Average the Bassenionaire is more due.
Now the good news, my mouth is not moving where I look like a puppet, so that is good, but still there's talking. Now I could take that out in post if I wanted to, but just for simplicity purposes, I don't want audio. By the third attempt, here's what it finally gave me. Look, I'm moving, I'm talking on top and bottom. The girl in the bottom right, seeing her move, that looks so realistic. By the way, that's me when I was like 16 years old working at McDonald's. It's almost like taking me back there. It is crazy what it can do. So it finally figured it out, and then from there, I started uploading each image and just telling it to do the exact same thing. Here's the next one so you can see what it looked like. This is impressive. Very impressive. I'm blown away. Let's look at another one. The picture above, my wife and I standing in front of that for sale sign. That looks real to me. And let's just look at one more. And the whole point of this is, how do I stand out? How do I, with the content I'm creating on Facebook, on Instagram, how am I different than everybody else? And that is the lens that I wanted to keep looking at it through Higgsfield, because it has some amazing cool features where if you're trying to make some cinematic videos, it has those capabilities. But for those that are creating content on Facebook or Instagram, or just trying to stand out from other creators, if you're not trying to make a cinematic video, what can you create where when somebody comes across your page or your profile, they're like, ooh, this is something different? And to me, creating lifelike image carousels that have this video quality, that's a huge one. Another cool feature of Higgsfield, especially if you're trying to create either carousels or videos of you that look like you, resemble you, that could be in some crazy different situations. All you have to do is upload pictures of you. I'm still working on this, but initially this is what I did. I uploaded some headshots of me and I asked the question, hey, I want you to take my picture and create it into different scenes. How do we do this? It gave me several different options I could choose from without giving specific instructions. So this was like the first batch that it created, which, you know, look at this. I don't know, looks like I'm from the Matrix. I got me over in Paris. I mean, that's pretty legit. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that looks pretty good. Got another picture of me looking all serious, Steve Jobs with a jacket on. And then the last one it gave me was me as an astronaut. These are pretty good. Let's say that you want to take this image and create it into a video, a 10 to 15 second reel. You have the option where you could do this through Supercomputer, or whenever you go to the main dashboard, when you start selecting on the different tabs, if you select on images, it has every single image that it has created for you. You could just click on this image here, and then all you would need to do is click on the little button here that says turn to video, and it will start creating the video. At this point, here's where you'd want to give it more instructions, like the prompt of what do you want the astronaut to do? Higgsfield will already select the model for you. So right now it's got Kling 3.0 selected, but if you want to use Seedance, if you want to use Gemini, if you want to use Grok Imagine, you can select those. And then if you want this to be a certain length, you can go from 5 seconds all the way up to 15 seconds. And then you select the resolution, 720p, 1080p, 4K. Let's just see what 4K is as far as credit goes. So we go from 30 to 90 credits. Let's actually create this just for fun. Let's give it a prompt. I want a scene where I'm walking in my spacesuit. You can tell that the gravity is really low. I'm kind of bouncing a little bit. And then the end scene is me giving a thumbs up to the camera. We're going to go ahead and hit generate and let it do its thing. And while it's doing that, I'm going to show you some other cool stuff. I want to show you some of the other images it created. I can't remember if it suggested these. I just kind of went with it. Like, hey, just create some images. I was just really curious to see what it was capable of. Here's me. I mean, it's really good. I mean, I've tried creating images of me in chat before and they're okay, but my goodness, this is legit. But even like my eyes, like when I smile, like, oh my gosh, like it's so realistic. From there, I was getting more comfortable just testing out new ideas. I'm like, okay, what would it look like if I was an employee of Facebook or Meta? So here were some of the ones it created. These are pretty dang realistic. Haven't used these yet, but I'm like, okay, I'm making so much money from Facebook. I thought it would be funny to do a carousel on Instagram with me looking like I'm a Facebook employee. You see why I created these now, right? So that one's gonna be a fun one to do. And then I asked, hey, can you turn me into a wrestler where I look like I am WWE, kind of like The Rock? I promise you, I am not that jacked, but that is some of the images it created. I mean, look at this one. I'm holding up the belt. These are really, really good. I did have it create, I guess we'll call it a commercial. Let's see what this one was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah, oh, this is good. That is so good. Oh my goodness. So how am I going to use that? I have some creative ideas. You know, obviously it's in the hook, it's in the caption, but this is a way to stand out. This is a way to be different, just to show you there is so much potential here if you can let your creativity and your brain let it work. And just for fun, let me show you another one real quick. I uploaded pictures of my wife and I said, hey, can you turn us into contestants from Dancing with the Stars? And here's some of the images it created. I mean, man, we're getting it. We got perfect 10s. Looks like we won. We were the grand champions. And then it asked me if I wanted to take some of these clips and turn them into kind of commercial or promo. So it took every single picture and did that. Didn't really need that. I was just curious to see what it would do. Let's go see what it did with the astronaut video. I'm really curious to see how it did. And let's see. We're checking this out in real time. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, that is crazy, y'all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That is so good. I'm kind of stating the obvious here, but you can do so much with this. Whatever niche your Facebook page is in, think about the things that you could create. Think of the things that you could do that could make you stand out from everybody else. And to me, Higgsfield is such a cool platform that just has so much potential. I'm still figuring it out, but man, I'm super excited. If you're sitting here watching everything I've just shared and you're still asking yourself, is Higgsfield for you? If you are a brand new creator and you're just figuring out how to post on Facebook or Instagram, or any social media platform, Higgsfield's probably not the best fit for you, right? Jumping into this may be too much, especially if you don't really understand your niche, your audience, and what type of content is really going to resonate with the algorithm. But if you have an established niche, if you have an established presence, and you're looking for interesting ways to make your content stand out, you at least got to give it a try. My plan on how I'm going to incorporate Higgsfield, and this may change, but as of right now, where my brain is that I can create some really cool reels using me looking realistic, but I want it to be unique like that, and then having a very captivating hook, some sort of good text on screen to get people in. I'm not trying to sell something as if it's real. I want people to know, okay, obviously I'm not on Mars. I'm not an astronaut. But if there's a way that I can tie in a really good finance hook with that type of B-roll or another clip, that's where I'm going to have fun with it. Same thing applies with image posts. Same thing applies with carousels. Like, there is a lot of potential here. If you want to test out Higgsfield, I'll have a link in the description that you can check it out. Full disclaimer, I am an affiliate as well as doing the sponsored video, so I will get a bit of a kickback if you decide to try it out. And if you do, thank you so much. In a future video, I'm going to share more about what I've used with Higgsfield, some of the content I've created, and also show you some real life numbers. Basically, how did it do? How did it perform? And bottom line, did it actually make me money on either Facebook or Instagram? All right, y'all, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe. Until next time, peace.